to the Earth, Oak, Sky meditation. It's really, really lovely for you all to be here. I'm really excited about you being here. I'm really excited about this meditation. I'm going to try and do my best to explain what it's about, where I'm coming from with it. I don't know how much of that information is actually useful. But at the end of it, we'll be doing the meditation. And I've actually found the shorter track. So you'll probably be meditating for around about 20 minutes or so. I've got a piece of music and it'll lead you in with breath work and lead you back out again, and I'll help lead you into that and lead you out and make sure that we're all back on the planet by the end of the session. So I will explain who I am a little bit. My name is Carissa May Boroff, but I usually get people to call me May because it's a lot easier. I grew up in Sherwood Forest. My dad was a ranger and my mum is an artist. And when I was about 2, they rented what is now the Ranger's office in Sherwood Forest Visitor Centre. We moved out when I was 2 and moved out when I was 7. I was absolutely mortified to move out with the forest. I felt completely immersed by the trees, but it was the feeling and the atmosphere of the place. Where I lived there's quite a high concentration of ancient oak trees. There's about 900 oak trees that are classed as ancient oak trees, which to qualify they have to be over 600 years old. And I really like the idea of that they're so old, and perhaps we've been around, with reincarnation, with lived previous lives, and perhaps we've known these trees in lives before, and they're still just there, living that one life that they've got, and we just keep coming back in different guises, maybe. When I left Sherwood Forest, I felt very mortified, and I had to have everything to do with it. I was about 7 years old, so my dad would just take me back up to work with him, and I'd end up being a volunteer, and I ended up, I volunteered there for a number of years, got involved in the festivals. I worked in the bookshop, I worked in the visitor information, I was a cleaner, I worked in the Forest Table restaurant. So I just had to live and breathe that place, and still go for walks. And if I don't go for a walk there for some time, I really miss that feeling. And I also notice how other people walk around the forest, and sometimes I feel like they're not actually really walking in the forest. They're still walking in their own bubble. They're not really feeling it as they're walking around. But they are connecting with the forest. They're there. So on some level they are getting some benefit from that. My calling into energy work and self-development and healing came through my own experience of chronic pain with endometriosis, and then I had laser surgery for the endometriosis, and I was dropped into a world of further pain and tried to manage it with diet. Had a bit of success, didn't really work, so I basically followed the orders of my consultant, and I caved in eventually and received treatment for that, and that gave me even more pain, and to the point where I was really suicidal with pain, and I had to get to that point before I tried complementary therapy and to try Reiki, which changed my life. My pain levels dropped. I was more able to cope with the pain until I was able to work. And I see the forest as sort of like a social organiser, and When I meet people and things happen, there always very often tend to be some kind of a link with the forest. And when I started working in social care, it's because a social worker gave me a ring and asked me if I'd do art groups, because they'd seen some artwork that was up in the forest. And also my Reiki healer, Jane McClendon, it turned out that she was friends with the only artist in residence that came to Sherwood Forest as well. And it was completely random. I just went on the internet and just tried to look for somebody Nottingham based. So, it was a real surprise, and I knew that it was meant to be. So that was really lovely. And the Reiki sessions, I quite often had lovely visions of sort of being with trees, becoming the forest. And slowly, the tree thing, the energy of the tree. Well, you gave me exercise that I diligently did most mornings to imagine I was an oak tree, bury my roots into the earth, and letting the energy come through me and around me, which I did find was very strengthening and fortifying. And when I was open to the world of healing, then I came to my body spirit and I bought this shawl with the lovely tree lady on the back, the Barbara John Free store. This is quite important to me. I just wanted to show you more things, interesting artwork and interesting photographs and things. This is a photograph when I was still struggling with my pain, when I was doing my artwork. I spent a day with this tree, a few days with this tree. And when I got home, I realised on one of the photographs there's some kind of interesting energy coming out of the tree. I don't know if you can see. And I really haven't doctored that. That is really how. Can you see? Do you want me to come closer?
I can see it, yeah.
When you look at it closely, it actually looks like a Tinkerbell, yeah? Looks like a little Tinkerbell with a trail. If you look closer, it actually looks like a hand, a wrist, and a hand holding a twig. And on the photograph before and after, you can't see the twig that it's holding. And that really, really fueled my imagination. I couldn't believe what I'd seen, and I showed other people. Of course, sure. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was showing other people, and people were just treating me like I was a lunatic. So I'm like, that's the photograph. I didn't do anything to the photograph. You can see it the same as me, And I spent a lot of time with this tree, and I was showing them a drawing that I did. Everybody should get a really big sketchbook, by the way. It's great. It's a tree that I love very much. It says the bee tree underneath for a reason, because bees do actually live in its heart. They live right in its heart. It's lovely when you see the tree, and it makes me happy in the springtime when I see if the bees are there. They're not always there every year. I'm a bit sad when I don't see the bees there coming out to the tree. When they're there, it's very happy.
Mike, can you see that?
Yeah, sure. There was actually a squash flag on the other page. Apologise for that. This is after my Reiki, and there's clearly an energetic influence in my artwork. This was going to be a mandala. Well, it is a mandala, but it was supposed to be more sort of focused on this. It's normally a pattern that's focused on the centre. But I just want to turn this around, and it's just very interesting if you turn it around the other way. And it just has like a different quality somehow, doesn't it? As you turn it round. But it seems to be all about the roots and the branches. connecting and drawing energy through. And I feel like these, I've got no idea what this symbol has come from or where it's come from. I just felt like I wanted to paint that. This was during art group when I was working as a mental health worker, and these are art groups that I did. And I joined in to help encourage everybody else. And I feel like these symbols are sort of like, that's like a wisdom that when it comes through out into the world, comes up through the roots out into the world, it sort of turns into action. It turns into birds, the symbol turns into birds going out. I find it very funny finding this years later, looking back at this and finding this and just thinking, oh my God, I've been at it for a while, really. And even this is a sketchbook from when I was 17, and it's I've got tree branches all over. That's a line and cut print. And I've got all the sketchbooks. I've got one in particular, but it's in the attic, so I can't get it down at the moment. But it's devoted to trees, lots of images of trees, and I've actually hand copied a part of The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis, and it's just a lovely section in the book about, it's a description of this ancient forest where I remembered it differently from a child. I imagined it was a tree with, it was like a landscape, like a grassy landscape, a bit like Teletubby Land, with a tree and a pond. And every pond next to the tree sort of took you into a different world. And one of the seed from one of these trees grew into the tree that the wardrobe was made out of, the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So I've got lots of tree drawings. So you know, like 16 and 17, it's just this obsession with trees and branches. There's more colour. That's my mum. So this picture really is very strong and striking. This image that I got from a postcard in Cornwall with a woman just stood very closely with a tree, kind of stood in allegiance together, and sort of like echoing that in the branches. And that's like a photocopy of an image. It's a photograph and turned it into, well, it's a slide and then turned it into a photograph and photocopy, and I put potential. These trees have formed their own way in the ground. No one has planted them. No one makes them grow the way they do. But they have formed their own balanced rhythms and beauty, and they have found order in their surrounding chaos. And certainly balance. There's more. It's a very shamey looking little book, isn't it? Yes. Yes, 17, 18-year-old. So it's all in there. I just wanted to share some of my artwork with you. Other things have happened along the way. Meditations at Boscawen Stone Circle in Cornwall, and I felt like it connected me, plugged me in like a switchboard with an oak tree from back at Sherwood Forest, and the tree was showing me my life, passing like my pain, with me, my painful, my illness, that was me in the roots, and then as I was getting better I was passing up through the trunk of the tree, and it gave me a lot of positivity to think that I was actually moving out of that phase of my life. And things could be different, and as I moved up to the branches of the tree, all this sort of a pink came out of my heart, and kind of spread everywhere, and it really blew my mind. But it also didn't quite make sense to me. But at the time, I took like a little tin of incense and things, and I made this. Before I did the meditation, I made like a bunch of flowers, but it felt wrong just having the flowers coming out the top. I made it like a double bunch and bound it together with grass. And after I did this meditation, which completely blew my mind, I sort of held my little incense cone and then empowered the energy of that meditation into the incense cone, and then lit it and put smoke around the posy. And then, you know, bear in mind I was sat in a stone circle at the time, and then there's like a centre stone, and I put it so that half of it was in the sunlight, and as the sun would move, the other half of the bunch, it was like the trees and the roots basically, the whole flower was going to move into the sunlight. So, and I ended up drawing pictures of like tree ladies, like sort of like Shiva with lots of arms and legs, like roots and branches, and it really meant something so much to me. And I've gone to sweat lodges, and I felt reconnected with Mother Earth. I felt like she, after one particular lodge, I just didn't want to get up. I was just kind of curled up, and I felt like Mother Earth started to talk to me and say that, can you see I was always there for you? And just like memories of my childhood, nice memories of being in the forest and climbing in the trees, and just kind of being shown that there was this sense of presence, that Mother Earth was around with me, and making me want to go away into the forest and reconnect with that energy and feeling that come through, and through the Reiki that I've learned about an exercise called the 3 diamonds, which is about the earth energy and the universal energy and the heart energy, and it all started to come together into this thing. And I was invited to take part in a Sherwood Forest healing centre set up in the village, and I wasn't really getting anybody coming for healing, but I wanted to set up a meditation group, and this is what I was going to do. I was going to get people to connect with the earth and the universe in the heart. We were going to use breath work, and that's what I did. And I've not practiced it, I just did it, and it happened, and it was really lovely. There was a whole mixed bunch of people that came, and they all seemed like they'd been moved by the energy. Bruce from Stirling had just been on his holiday, and he said that the energy was quite strong, and we all felt really moved. So I continued to do that meditation since August 2012 on a monthly basis, although I have stopped this year because the last one that I did in the winter, it seemed to be a particularly strong one. I'd asked a didgeridoo sound healer, Greg Chapman, to come, and it was a really strong session, and I felt really motivated to focus all my energy on trying to raise awareness about the licences for fracking in this area. So that's because I work as well, that's where a lot of my energy has gone into. But this week I was asked by Nottingham Empyrean. So this Wednesday I've done this meditation, and there were 30 people, and it was a really lovely moving meditation. The energy at the end was wonderful, and I really felt like my mind was in my heart space for the rest of the next day as well. And I really want to be that sort of a person where my head is in my heart. In contrast, I did a fracking meeting afterwards, and I felt like all my soul had been poured into a black hole, and it's just really difficult. And I'm just seeing, actually, there's definitely something to doing positive energy work, and I think I feel like that is doing a lot of good, and perhaps more good than actually trying to get people's consciousness, everyday consciousness, to kind of think about caring. Maybe it's better to go like the trees. I feel like this is a message that the trees are sort of imprinted on me, that They are like the buttress pillars of the world, like the buttress pillars in a church, and they hold this space, they hold this sacred space for everybody. And at the moment, a lot of trees are being cut down. And you know, since I was 12, I've seen on the news that areas of forest as big as football pitch are being chopped down in a matter of minutes. And that's happened since I was about 12. It's still happening. And these are, to me, I feel like these trees are playing a very important energetic role on the planet, and I feel that they've imprinted on me this message that we can join them and do the energy work that the trees do. I do feel like they are meditating, and they're meditating for hundreds of years. All the different tribes of trees, I know you kind of think of them as species, but I tend to, when I'm in the forest, it feels like the different tribes of trees, and they're all very conscious, and they're all holding a space in a lovely state of meditation, connecting with the earth and connecting with the sky. And you know, there's lots of inspirational little snippets about studies coming out about trees, where I think everybody through watching Avatar is all really quite aware now that forests of trees are connected as one through the network of the roots, and there's lots of nodding, it's lovely, because the roots of fungus actually break down organic matter, and their roots stretch right through natural areas, and they connect all the trees of the roots up. And I've stopped and recorded open universities, and I've seen the studies where they look at where the fungus roots join with all the tree roots and join them all together. When you looked for the actual join between the tree root and the fungus root, they can't actually define where that crossover starts. They can't define. So it's like the trees and the roots of the fungus, the mycelium, it's all one organism. And I do feel like Sherwood Forest is all one organism. But I think through the goodness in the soil, or through the kind of the green corridors reaching out all the way to the shore and around the world, I do feel like these plants are all connected and reaching around the world, and they're all kind of working in accordance with the energy of the earth, and I feel like we can do that as well. And but in some way this would be helping the planet at the moment. I think that's enough to be said, really. Is there anything else I need to tell you? Has anybody got any questions about this meditation? Anybody got any questions? Or does anybody feel like it might not be for them? It is an energetic meditation. Open the door. You can get out. Put that image there. Should we just push it? She'll put that off. Thank you. Well, we've got that door anyway, haven't we? We'll be all right. So if you all just want to get yourselves comfortable, sit with your spine as straight as possible. Only do what's comfortable for you, only do as is comfortable. So we'll be reading through the chakra system, and we'll be bringing, so our base chakras are like personal chakras, and then the top three chakras are like connecting with the kind of how we relate to the world around us, and that comes together in our heart. And our crown chakras open out like this, and our root chakras open like this, so we can draw in these energies, which we'll be doing with breath work. So we'll be breathing in and then breathing out. So we breathe that energy, the consciousness of the universe and the earth into our heart, and then breathe that out through our body, through our energy system, out into the world around us. And I've got some lovely music which I'll start, which will help to hold the space. So if you've not meditated before, it's just really simple. It's just about thought diversion, and just focusing on just probably one simple thing. If other thoughts come into your mind, then just come back to your breath, and that it's as simple as that. And so just make sure you're comfy and relaxed. And this helps the body to relax and go into the parasympathetic nervous system as well, so it helps your body do a bit of housework. So just relax into your breath. Breathing into your belly rather than the top of your chest. Just picture yourself as an acorn. And picture a root coming out into the earth. This little root, allow it to grow and reach deeper into the soil, working your way towards the heart of Mother Earth. Growing more roots around from your taproot, reaching out into the warm earth, feeling your roots reaching deeper towards the embrace from the heart of Mother Earth. Feel a sense of recognition from Mother Earth's heart, reaching out and embracing your roots as though you were long lost kin. With an in-breath, draw the consciousness and passionate care of Mother Earth through your roots. Travelling up into where, through your hard work growing your roots, you've grown a lovely, strong oak tree trunk. You can find yourself in an oak tree in a state of ancientness, if you wish. And just draw the consciousness of Mother Earth up through your roots and up through your trunk. Breathing into your heart and breathing out. Become conscious of your branches growing, reaching out upwards, through the sky, through the clouds. Reaching your branches further out of the Earth's atmosphere. Out into the universe. Every bud, every twig, every branch, every leaf, connecting with a star. Every star, a heart, the multiple hearts of Father Sky in the multiverse. Feel a serene, loving embrace around your branches. The serenity and inspiration to travel through your crown, into your tree trunk, into your heart. And as you breathe in the consciousness of the multiverse and the consciousness of Mother Earth. Into your heart, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in to your heart. Every cell, every atom of your being, filling your energy with the energy of Mother Earth and Father Sky. If your thoughts float into your focus, just bring your focus back, breathing into your heart, and try to your consciousness through into your heart space, as if your head is in your heart. Now just say in prayer, speak to Mother Earth and Father Sky. If you feel like you'd like to speak to Mother Earth and Father Sky, we'll join in with any note or any voice you feel right. your next in-breath, as you breathe out, start to bring your branches down. Breathing the energy in and then just breathe it down into the ground, into your body. You start to bring your branches down. And just start to wiggle your body and feel more in your body. And with that energy, just build an acorn back around you. So as you breathe out, just breathe with that, build with that breath. Build an acorn around you, breathing in and out into your acorn shell. Make it whatever colour you feel might be helpful for you at the moment, and give you that, your personal space. Think of it being reflective, and just deflects anything that doesn't serve you. And just make a Tai Chi sound for our energy field, which is a she. Breathing in and building the sound. She. Gently focus your gaze on the floor. Imagine you've still got a root in the ground. And if you just want to pat the top of your head and then just stroke down your head. Stroke down from your shoulders, down your arms. Stroke down your torso. Just bring yourself back into your body. Just have your feet on the floor. Take some nice deep breaths. Very much for taking part in that meditation. I found it very moving. I hope you have, and I hope you continue to use the meditation in your own time. I feel that it's a tool that you can use any time you feel right. Love you guys.
Beautiful.
Is everybody alright? Does everybody feel back in the room?
No.